You have to play some fucking Marshall Mathers LP for Dante. Just so I can get it.
Spaghetti arms is heavy.
Anarchy.
Wait, let me think. Let me spit.
Spit a Marshall Mathers type beat.
Oh fuck. Oh, type beat.
Yeah.
I got you. I hate my mom. I want to kill myself. My life sucks.
Start the fucking pod.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Screw Culture episode 16 with your boy Yeggy.
I'm not, bro. Why? Fuck you, man. I'm not Yeggy. I'm not Yeggy. This is not gonna go on, bro.
How stupid that name sounds.
I fucking hate it, man.
I've given you a name.
Don't make me call it Yeggy.
All right, ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You guys ready?
It's been going.
What?
Yeggy.
The Yegmeister.
Give me a fucking break.
We
My
got
name is-
Yeggy in the fucking building. Oh yeah, you know that fucking one British DJ that gets people to freestyle on his show,
Yeah, the white
and then
guy?
he just screams into his mic for 30 seconds before.
Oh, yeah. They're like, fuck, can I just go?
Yeah,
already?
there's a Jack Harlow one, and like the guy says a bunch of shit to him, and he's like, "What do you think, Jack?" And Jack was like, "Yeah, I didn't get anything you just said, but I like the energy."
Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to Screw Culture. We are here for episode 6. I didn't ask you guys to clap. That was just for me. But yeah, no, we're here for episode 16 of the pod. You know the fucking vibes,
Who
man.
the fuck you're talking to like that, bro?
Who the fuck?
Believe the nerve of this guy.
Whom?
Yeggy, get a load of this guy.
Bro, y'all not gonna disrespect me.
You
like
have
that.
been bestowed a nickname.
Thou shalt
That
keep
you-
that nickname.
You do not control.
Yeggy, you're a wizard.
You can't just choose your own nicknames. They just come to you.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man. It is what it is. I'd prefer Dante, but if y'all want to call me that, then
The
it is what it
Yegster.
is. Y'all did.
Buddy,
That was trash.
Buddy fucking Yeggy.
Buddy Yeggy just popped the fucking brewski.
What the fuck?
Fuck y'all, man.
Buddy
Anyways,
Yeggy with the Siggy.
I fucking hate you
You got
guys.
some
man. I hate
ciggies. You
all
got
you.
some ciggies, mate.
Huh? Eh,
That right there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have.
Trust my shame.
You wanted to say anything in a fucking accent.
Anyways, it's your boy Yeggy here. I'm here with my dog Esty to my left.
What's up?
What do you say?
Awkward.
I
Sorry, that shit
got
was-
Alex.
I was
You call
still
me
laughing.
Ali.
What? What?
Yo, that was such a bad.
What?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Nah, we're rocking with it. We're rocking with it. And we got
It's Yeggy, Esty,
You want him to call you that? You want him to look at you like that, bro?
Imposter.
That's how you feel?
What the fuck?
And
Oh
we
my
got
Nah, we're restarting that shit.
man on the ones and twos in the back still.
Grupao.
blah, blah.
Senor Unos and Doses, how you doing today,
Hola, ¿cómo
man?
estás?
Yeah.
What was your week like? What
It
were
was
you up to?
alright still. I chilled at the cribbo, enjoyed the weather outside. It's mad nice. Went with the missus for a walk. Started working on
A walk?
Yeah, I did that. Yo, low
That's
key, I was out
constructive shit.
low key, I was out walking today or the other day, right? First time in like 8 or 9 months that I've actually
You've
just
been
walked around.
bedridden. You've been.
Cause usually I'm a hermit. Everybody knows I just chill in the crib, right? Like we all do.
Mhm.
And like
Nah.
it's
Speak
crazy
for
out there.
yourself.
It's a crazy world out there. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
There's
What-
like
what do you
people
mean?
and
There's
cars
like
and
human
shit.
beings and like people be
Oh,
talking.
you don't
and
go
shit.
on walks and stuff?
No, I don't
I'd be
do
going
that.
on walks.
Yeah? How do you like it?
It's a nice day. I would go for a walk.
Yeah?
Listen
That's
to some,
good.
listen to some tracks.
Never heard of
Oh,
it.
you so you're that guy that walks down the street just like bopping his head, listening to music on your one.
Nah, he has a radio on his shoulder.
I usually take my boombox and I
Your boo- and roller
post up in a
skates a
corner.
lot.
Nah, and I try to like break dance and like see if people.
I
like, fuck
respect
with
it.
or not.
Yeah.
You do
you
one
get
of those
money
like
for
head
it? or-
spins?
Huh?
The head spin?
No, I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to copy like Moose's performance.
Oh,
So,
like the you know?
What the fuck?
Anyways, boys, something I want to talk to you guys about. I've been actually thinking
What
about
do
it
you
all
want to
week.
talk to us about?
I'm not really feeling it.
Oh.
I didn't even.
Nah, I don't care, dude.
I want to talk to you guys about esports because so context behind this. I'm a fucking gamer. For those of you who don't know,
Bro, get
I'm
into
really
your
built
topic.
this like. Yeah, okay,
Jesus.
I'll fix up. So
Kramer.
I started getting into esports more right recently because I noticed that I was reading a couple weeks ago in an article that they're opening up a new esports facility here in Toronto. Right, it's gonna hold like 8,000 or 9,000 people. I don't know if you guys have seen this,
I haven't.
That's
I think I
small.
remember you.
8,000 or 9,000 people.
but no, it looks pretty big though.
Are you? Nah, it's definitely gonna be more than that.
No,
That's-
it's like
that's-
I'm pretty sure I
To
remember
watch-
reading it's
to
like
watch
9,000.
games live though, I feel like that's a good size.
For the city of Toronto, no.
Isn't it? Is it like a competitive place? Like
Yeah,
where
it's like a
tournaments and stuff
competitive
would be
It's
going?
Sports
like
arena.
a venue.
It's probably it probably would be bigger than 10,000
No, it's
people.
9,000.
How many people
It
can
is.
the ACC hold?
30.
About like 2,
30,000. 30.
4.
Damn,
Or 28, 29,000, somewhere around
damn,
there.
we're small, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know how
it's a
much
start
TFC
though.
holds.
You know what I mean? But also,
TFC.
like, I know Air Canada Center holds like events for a league and stuff, and they sell out when they happen. Like, I know a couple years ago there was a league event, and it sold out, and at the Air Canada Center. So, anyways, let me get back to my conversation. But anyways, I was thinking about the growth of esports, right? And I started noticing, like, for me personally, because I playing so much Valorant, and I'm starting to get better at it pretty rapidly. I'm not nice, but like I'm getting better, right? So I started watching the pros, and I started like really like taking in esports and having a whole new level of respect for it. You know what I mean? And I started like seeing how many sponsors these guys actually get, and how big of like celebrities and stars these guys are becoming here.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to know from your guys' perspective, how do you feel about esports kind of taking over like
The world.
the world? Yeah, and not even just that. Do you guys feel like sports is kind of being pushed out, and esports is gonna start to become like the new main thing? You know what I mean?
Yes.
What, like, why? Why do you
Short
think?
answer, yes.
Yes.
Long answer. I think that it's way more accessible to be a gamer than a fucking professional athlete. 100%.
This
easy.
side of the world though.
Yeah, North American side, South American side, you know, like the Western Hemisphere, it's like we're pretty privileged. It's easy to have a computer for most people. You know what I mean? It's easy to have a PS4
Yeah.
for everybody, right? So I think that you notice how a lot of kids now, like, they're growing up to like play games more than they're growing up to play soccer. It's because of like where evolution is going with our like technological like
Right, I don't think that it would take over like regular sports though.
maybe not take over, but I feel like to a good amount. Like I don't know if this is like a far shot, but I feel like pro soccer is always going to be a thing, but like they're going to make VR soccer a big thing.
Yeah.
VR soccer is going to be big. Like
I know,
think a
but
lot
like
of
yo, for
things are
example,
gonna be
I still
virtual
think you guys
reality.
underestimate the only people that still look up to like Messi or Coutinho or just amazing soccer players and be like, yo, I want to play like them. I want to be like them. Even when they like seeing FIFA, like I want to be able to do that, or yo, I could do that. I can play like that, like how they play in a video game. Like I still think people have that hunger to still want to be like the pro athletes that are playing today. Like either people like to play games on their downtime, but like I don't think that there's enough people that are just gonna say like, yo, fuck it, I'd rather be nasty at FIFA than just play the game. Because I think people still super focused with being on teams and like competitively playing and shit like that.
Well,
That's-
I
but that
disagree
can
with you in the
happen
sense that,
esports.
but I disagree with you in the sense that what if you were becoming as much of a celebrity as a Messi is, or making as much money as he is playing FIFA? I think kids growing up would much rather do that than to go on a soccer field and get injured, or like go on a ball court and fucking have to worry about being an athlete. You know what I mean? And have to deal with that kind of world. Like,
Yeah,
it's way easier to stay in your
I don't know the
basement.
chances between like becoming a pro athlete compared to the chances of becoming a pro gamer and stuff like that. Like I guess you can do it on your own if you want to become a gamer, start posting on YouTube and stuff. You'll grab attention and stuff like that. Could get signed and shit like that. And for soccer, you'd have to kind of do the same except off YouTube. So I don't really know how hard it is. Like the difference is, I would think that physical sport is harder because it's you actually have to go do it, as opposed to like obviously gaming you have to do it, but like you could use internet and social media to the best of your ability to kind of try to blow up if you're that good to get attention. But like I still think you're undervaluing the amount of people that still like to play a sport and like would want to be pro at it compared to competitive gaming. Like I still think there's a lot of people that see gaming for leisure as opposed to like profession.
Well, my argument to that would be, I think that like over time, and we're starting to see it now, and I think
My argument for that is
we'll continue to see it though, is that I think it's starting to change. I think people are starting to look at esports as like a real genre of competitive sports. You know what I mean? And gaming itself is becoming so huge nowadays that it's kind of like
I'm not trying to say that it's not. I'm still saying that it's not gonna make sports disappear.
mm.
I
don't think it'll make it
will.
disappear, but I think it'll like.
I think you'll see a lot less kids at soccer tryouts now than you would have 15, 20 years ago. Let's put it like that. You know, when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was because my dad, all he did was play sports, right? So I saw that and I want to play sports. And all my friends were playing sports, so I wanted to get into it. But now that I'm older, I'm seeing like my little cousins, for example, are like 5 and 6 now, and my little brother is 13, and all they do all day is play Fortnite, play other types of video games, or watch like people they really fuck with play video games, you know, like streamers or YouTubers or whatever. And all of that's everything, like all of their friends do that too. So
like it depends like what kind of friends you got, like how, like if you're being active as a kid like originally and stuff like that. If you like originally even like sports, like sure, if he probably just doesn't like sports and he rather play inside, but like you said, like how you are raised that had to have friends that played sports, so you played sports, to see your pops play sports, so you wanted to play sports. I still think there's probably going to be more kids that are exposed to that, like right now at least in these next 10 years, let's say, that are going to be exposed to people playing sports, friends playing sports, family playing sports, then like seeing like my pops is a pro gamer, I'm going to become a pro gamer. I still think there'll be more people like just picking up a ball, I'm going to play nasty like how my dad was nasty in college or something.
Yeah, maybe in the next little while, but I think over time that's going to diminish.
Like you think by the time we're like 30 with kids, and not 30, 40, we're like we're a little older.
Maybe not even
like
then. I think it might take maybe a little longer, but I think it's
like I don't think we'll ever see like a Nike commercial soccer game, like fucking AI bots playing a sport.
I 100% think you will.
I don't think
one commercial.
I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know if we'll ever see that.
I think
but
you will. Yo, esports are big, bro. I just finished watching like the Valorant like Masters tournament. Sentinels just won, bro. Like so many people are watching it. Like there's so many nerds out there. People love video games.
But
there's
the
no
thing
way
is,
that a huge company like Nike is not going to take advantage of that kind of money like that's gone into gaming. Like,
but the thing is though, it's not even nerds anymore. Like you're starting to see older people playing games a lot more. You're even like these professional athletes that I follow, they're into esports themselves. Like they're watching esports and playing esports.
Plays like CS:GO,
exactly.
Like everybody's into video games, not even just like casually. I feel like as of lately, video games have gone a lot from just like casual to everybody wants to be like super nasty at it. Like before when you hop in like a COD lobby, you'd go and like you just be playing search and destroy to fuck around, you know what I mean? You hop in a COD lobby now, everybody's sweating their asses off. Everybody wants to be like the sickest kid in the lobby, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's going to lead into more people getting competitive into like the scene, you know what I mean? Everybody's going to want to be a pro gamer. It's just I think it's inevitably going to happen. Like
I don't know, yo. I see sports like physical competition, seeing how far how special like the human body can be, and there's some people that are just like born for like physical stuff like that. Like we've seen like back in the day there was like the Coliseum gladiators and stuff like that, the Olympics, which is probably way more intense, and there's probably crazier ass fucking competitions between like natives and stuff, like physical competitions to see who like the greatest warrior, for example, was like that. And then now we have sports. It's like the PG version of all that. Like it's evolved human competition. Now we have a bunch of sports. I don't think that like seeing how far the human body can go will ever be something that people aren't amazed at.
I think esports is the next evolution of that.
Yeah,
I truly think
say that too, but like I don't think that you can say that no one will want to see actual fucking athletes go at it in a like for the Super Bowl or something, or like a World Cup final and stuff like that.
I don't think it's gonna have the same charm because like what more can a body do to a certain point? Like it's not like in the next 100 years our bodies are gonna evolve that much more than they have in the past.
Well, yeah, it also depends
like,
how
records aren't gonna keep getting broken like by that much. Right now, like the way records are being broken in sports is like
1 centimeter or something.
Like
by a fifth of the second or something like that.
Our body is low key holding us back in that sense, and I feel like the esports is gonna be able to like pass that.
Have you guys seen Real Steel?
No, what is that?
It's the robot boxing one. I think Logan plays it. The guy that plays Logan, the Wolverine. You guys never seen
Hugh
Real
Jackman?
Steel? Yeah.
No, I never
Wait,
seen it.
What movie?
Search up Real Steel on your stuff.
I'll look into it.
But it's about like humans. It got to a point where like humans were tired of like seeing other humans boxing each other. So they're like, fuck it, let's make robots that box each other. And then it got to a point where like
and they're like
the robots have
they're
feelings
controlling
too.
the robots?
Yeah, sort of. Or maybe I don't know. It was an old
Real
movie.
Steel.
It's
Oh yeah, I've heard of this movie. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
2011.
Oh, I think I have seen this.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think like going forward, kids nowadays growing up are not.
It's fine.
They're not gonna be as motivated to go outside and play sports when everybody's inside playing video games. Everybody has a computer, and another thing too that's different now than it was like when we were kids playing games growing up, where now all the big esports are free, right? Like, so it is a lot more accessible than it was when we were kids. When we were kids, you had to buy the system, and then you had to buy a $70 video game, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, League of Legends runs on majority computers out there. You know
And
what I
it's
mean?
free.
And it's free. And you can get super disgusting at it. You know what I mean? Same thing with Valorant. Same thing, even Call of Duty now. Warzone is free to play. You know what I mean? Like, everything is kind of moving to a free to play model. And because of that, I think kids growing up, they're just going to gravitate
You
more
forgot
to.
one. Fortnite.
Of course.
But,
No, but for real, like I just think like now kids growing up have a different mentality than us. You know what I mean? We were all about the sports, just like how our parents before us and our parents before them. But like, I think now going forward, you're gonna see a lot more kids that are like, fuck that. I don't want to go outside and get my shit kicked in by another kid. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to come home with a broken leg
Yo,
or
but
whatever.
did you ever
I can just sit home and get.
That's a lie in and of itself, because you would never think that when you were on your way to a soccer game.
What?
I never thought once before I went to a soccer game, oh, I'm about to get my shit kicked in. I'm not trying to get
Okay,
injured. Like,
but
as
you
a
know what
kid,
you know
as
what
a
I
kid,
did?
That's not what you think.
But you know what I did think?
Even if it happened, like you never thought that.
Esty,
though.
but you know
were
what I
going-
did think? I did think to myself, I'm going to practice right now, and I know that my coach is going to make me run 5 or 10 laps at least. And I think to myself, fuck, I don't want to do this. You know, why would kids nowadays want to go to do push-ups to fucking
Okay, but you
to work out? You know what I mean? Like,
you still have to kind of do that in esports. You know what I mean? You're gonna sit there and aim lads and be clicking circles all day to practice.
but
your
that's
game, you
but
know what I
that's
mean?
different though. That's I'm
you don't
not
have
my
to do
body.
that.
I'm not
That's not-
physically
it's not-
exerting
it's not
anything.
Yeah, the way you guys
physically
are
draining,
framing
but
the
it is
argument is
draining.
kind of saying that you don't think people care about physicality anymore.
I mean,
yeah.
that's
I
a
don't think
big
so.
conversation. Is like you could argue that as well.
Hey, don't get me wrong, bro. I don't be pulling shorties like that because I'm skinny. But like, yo, nobody cares about like the physical aspect in sports soon. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
don't know.
gonna- it's gonna fall
I
out
think, guys,
because
I feel like you
we're
guys
so
are
deep into it
thinking a
already.
little like closed-mindedly. Like maybe the people think like that or something like that. But there's definitely a lot of people that think otherwise, and I feel like there's like it could be 50-50.
I think
or
you're
whatever.
thinking closed-minded. I think you need to just look at evolution and the direction it's heading in.
I saw like esports and I was like, okay, that's just them doing their thing. But like what real athletes do, nobody could compare to. Like that's incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, they might do some crack things, but you don't really think. You just think about it as them gaming, right? And then once I started getting into Valorant more and like started getting like playing against other people that were really good, then I started realizing like what pros do in Valorant is like it's like the same thing that what like you see like Messi does. You know what I'm saying? Like you start to have a level of
This guy
respect.
just compared Valorant pros to
No,
Messi.
no.
Esty, are
I'm
you
just
gonna allow him
I'm not
to do
not
that?
just Messi. I'm talking
To
pros in general.
Messi?
I'm gonna let
bro.
him finish his point.
I'm talking pros in general. What I'm trying to say is like I started to realize that like they are just as like you have a new level of respect for them when you realize how hard it is to actually do it. You know what I mean? Like you think it's easy because you just think it's a video game, and if you put in the time, you can do
I
it.
never said I thought it was easy though. I'm just saying. That
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying people in
saying that
general.
I'm saying there's still like what you like more in like in general. Like I personally just think sport athletes, I find that more interesting than games. Obviously, I like playing games, and I can't do what sport athletes do, but I find it more like that's just my personal preference though. And I feel like there's a lot of people that have the same preference because there's a lot of people that still play
That's
sports.
fair, but I feel like that preference
Is
going-
changing.
Yeah,
I don't
feel
even
like
think it's
the
going to
majority-
change. I
feel
think
like
it
the
is.
majority is going to change. In the
I don't even
future.
think it's going to change. I think it is currently changing.
Yeah, I
Kids
think it is.
nowadays
Changing.
care more
Yeah.
about
I have a great example.
fucking Ninja than they care about, like LeBron, or not. That's not true.
Speaking
But
of
like
Ninja,
they are starting to change.
Ninja
Yeah.
just got his like first Adidas shoe, and
Really?
he's like a gamer,
Wow,
sportser.
interesting.
So
The first gamer to get like an athlete's type shoe sponsor.
yeah,
That's huge. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna start to see more of that stuff. We're gonna start seeing big corporations working with these fucking these
Yeah, bro.
these gamers.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. We'll definitely continue to see some incredible growth in the gaming community. Your Val games are gonna be crazy. But I never think sports will disappear. I do not think.
I'm just happy you didn't disrespect
I
Val
don't-
like that. You know?
I don't think that like the World Cup will go from billions of viewership to 100,000 within the next 20 years.
No,
I don't think it'll be
no, I
the
don't
next
think-
20, but I think it'll be in the next couple hundred. Like the
Okay,
next 100 or
okay,
200
that
might
years.
not
that's a
even
long
be
No,
a
I
lot.
do.
Nobody's
I
It's
do.
gonna be shorter than that, you doofus. What the fuck? A couple 100 years?
No,
We're
I'm
dead
no-
by then, guys.
I'm not. But this conversation isn't about me or you or Esty.
Not
I just
us,
think in
This
general.
dumbass.
conversation's
Yo,
bigger than
global
us.
warming, bro. Come
Wait,
on,
no,
we're
you just
all
said that
done.
the conversation's bigger than us. Big brain moment.
Yo, this guy's got a 6 head.
Yeah, your forehead big as hell, bro.
You know.
Shit.
Boy, look at that mastermind.
I got
with
that
your
mama.
head
That
ass.
shit look like a McDonald's logo with your hair.
Yo, Alex just said mastermind.
Thank you, mama.
That's a store in Bramley.
That's his fucking store. Didn't even say it right.
It's Megamind.
Oh, same shit. Mastermind story. Just on his head.
He's not feeling these jokes.
Dante's
You're
never
not
feeling
feeling
it.
them?
Bro,
I'm just taking a slander, fam.
Yeggy
Straight
in
on
this
the
a man
chin.
like Yeggy.
That was about to
Yo,
say.
saying-
It's so ugly, bro.
Saying you got to title this episode, we flame Dante the whole time.
No, it's We Flame Yeggy.
Oh, fuck.
Yeggy, Dante's alter
It's bigger
ego,
than us.
question mark?
Guys, I got another conversation for you.
I like
What?
that segue.
All right, so I put a little poll on my Instagram, okay? Esty made fun of me for it, all right? It said, "Are we living in a simulation?
Is life a theory?
Is life a theory,
Oh,
Dante?"
yo,
Okay,
this-
Yeah, it's
yo,
crazy
we were
how
about to
cra-
get
it's
my
crazy how
bag.
it's crazy how this is life is coming full circle. And we're talking
I was
about
just
this.
about to
That's
say
how you
that.
know
I was
life
just
is
about
a
to say
theory,
that.
you know? So, I used to watch all these conspiracy theories all the time, like back in the day, you know, on the History Channel
What's
and shit.
some conspiracy theories that grabbed your attention?
Okay, definitely one that grabbed my attention. Okay, so there was this guy. His name is Bob Lazar. Have you guys ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard.
Okay, so this guy, Bob Lazar, he claims that he worked at Area 51 as an engineer. He was reverse engineering some UFOs that they secretly are hiding in Area 51. So his whole thing is that
How much that push?
bro, that's at least 25 horsepower.
That's a V8.
Yo, V10 baby. He was saying some crazy stuff that like so first of all they're hiding it from us, right? Like it's not a known thing to the public, and it was super secretive when he got in there. Like
Yeah.
the way he got the job was super secretive.
Okay.
It was top secret. He couldn't tell his wife anything like that. And then things started to fall out with him in Area 51 and all of the things there. He was reverse engineering some like alien aircraft type thing, some UFO. And they didn't know what it was. They didn't know how it worked. There was no buttons in it. It was all smooth surfaces. They had no idea, and they're trying to figure out how it works, right? And it's using some elements that humans don't even have, right? Allegedly. So he had a fallout with all the people at Area 51. He either got fired or he quit, something like that, right? And then he claims that the government tried to erase him from the face of the earth. They got rid of his birth certificate. He wasn't a member of the society anymore. Like nobody could find him in any database, stuff like that, right? And they
That's
tried
scary.
coming after him. And so I heard that when I was younger, like on the History Channel, right?
Yeah.
And then like a couple months ago, Joe Rogan had him on his podcast.
Quick shout out to Joe Rogan. That's where I saw it.
Yep, that's the guy.
That's what I saw too.
Yeah, bro, and it was so interesting. He was pretty much retelling his story, and I always found it so interesting because like it starts like making you question all these things about life, like what is the government hiding from us, like what even is
So is your
reality, this and that.
conspiracy question what is that if life was a theory or
No,
if the
Aliens.
government's
no,
hiding
that
stuff?
that led me into that, but I wanted to bring up the is life a theory thing. Not is life a theory. Is are we living in a simulation? Because with the whole direction that technology is moving into,
Mhm.
it's got me thinking that like
About what?
that life could be a theory because of the way VR is a thing. Like you watch animes like Sword Art Online and how like people are so involved in a game or an alternate reality made up, right? That like you never know that this world could be, right? But it also poses a lot of difficult questions like who made it? Do I sound like an idiot right now? You know, like stuff like that.
Yo, real quick, before you continue, I just want to say to our viewers out there, a young Dante Heron, grade 10, or grade 11, I
Set
would
the
say.
scene. Set
Wait,
the
wait.
scene.
Set the scene.
Walking on
A young
12 ground
Yeggy.
sidewalk.
A young Yeggy, all right,
A young and wild Yeggy in the wild
in the
jungle.
wild jungle, was walking with his friends one day, thought it would be funny to look at them and go, hey guys, you think life is a theory? And
Okay,
he
first
bursted
of all,
out into laughter.
he did not like look at us like, oh, this is a funny joke.
No,
This
he
guy
was singing
was
Drake.
sweating. He was freaking out for a week, and then he's like, "I have to get
Okay,
this
I
off my
didn't-
chest, guys.
don't make me-
Is life a
Broski
theory?"
was shaking in
This
his
guy,
boots, bro.
don't
He's
make me look
checking
like I
his
was a
back.
crazy person. That didn't happen. So one day we're walking in. I want to say as a joke, even like I was just trying to shoot shit. You know what I mean? You know, you shoot shit with the boys when you're walking to grab food. You know what it is. So
Okay.
I'm trying to shoot shit. I'm like, yo, boys, is life a theory? I got flamed for it to this day.
Yeah,
To
we
present
took that
day,
ass up,
I
bro.
got flamed.
Sounds about right.
I told
Every
everyone.
single day.
I
Yeah.
told everyone.
Everybody in the school knew. People I didn't even know were coming up to me and asking me if life was a theory. I'll never forget
I
it.
told Miss, not Miss Pedro.
It's one of the most depressing times of my life.
Oh.
And
You didn't have to- you didn't have to
now
take it
now
there.
it's just funny how life comes. I just want to say, I just want to say to our viewers out
I
there,
love you,
it's
bro.
funny how life it's funny how life comes full circle, because now we got other people talking about life being a theory, and I'm
Yeah, let me
here for
tell
it.
you this.
What's up?
He sounds like an idiot too. Don't worry, you're
So
not
what-
alone.
Dante, so what you're saying is that
Yeah,
you want your own episode on Joe Rogan.
I would love an episode on Joe Rogan. I
Wait,
think
wait,
that'd
wait,
be a
watch.
vibe.
Our
Wait,
kids are
wait.
gonna be learning in school one day the Dante Heron theory. Wow.
Whoa.
No.
Earth is
The
flat.
Yeggy theory.
Yo, fuck y'all, man.
To be fair,
The Yeggy theory.
Nah. Fuck y'all. Don't cheers to that. Audience,
be
please don't
fair-
cheers to that.
to be fair, on my poll that I posed on Instagram,
Yes, sir.
one person said no. Everybody else said yes to life being a theory. Yes, they could have been fucking with me.
Or is the
but-
government trying to throw you off?
Or Not me?
double entendre.
The
fuckery.
fact that you could even question
Holy.
if life is a theory means that we're not even in a theory. If
why?
we were in a
That doesn't make any
simulation,
sense.
you would just continue this not stopping loop
Uh,
of
no,
simulation.
No. Okay, so I've thought
But
of
you've
this.
reached the pinnacle of, am I in a loop?
Yeah,
Am I in a simulation?
not in a loop.
And once you reach that point, bro,
No.
you've broken the cycle.
No.
So
No,
congratulations.
I don't think
you're
so.
out.
I don't think so. I
You're
don't think
out.
so. Why a loop? Why would you be stuck in a loop?
A simulate, not a loop, but it's like a
This guy hasn't seen
preset.
Iron Man.
It's a preset simulation of fucking life.
It's not preset. Okay, the way I would look at it is it's like a video game, right? So
Of
wha-
course you say Villa.
Bro, I'm a gamer, bro. Come on. I play Valorant, dude.
He's a quirky gamer, remember?
You respawn.
So no, the reason I say it is like
You say
Okay.
sent to the gulag.
what okay, what
The
kind
gulag?
of simulation did
The
you say
gulag?
the gulag?
Yes, they did that on purpose.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah,
how do you
better
say it?
have.
How do you say it in Serbian?
Huh?
What was I saying? Take this in. Okay, so what was it? Okay, so-
your
so
theory
you
on
still-
how
sound,
life is
you
a
sound
theory.
exactly
I
like this
sound-
guy did in grade
I know,
10.
I know.
bro.
Yeah, you
I'm
sound
a-
fucking crazy.
Okay,
Dude.
but I'm trying here.
Your
Okay?
eyes are like off.
I can't wait to tell everyone on the street.
Yep.
Okay, so
Your neighbor's
if
talking up a storm.
the
about life
most
is
the
a
most
theory.
interesting
Earth
thing
is
is
flat.
life, right? You'd agree that like nothing else is crazy enough than like human life and
Mhm.
like the beating heart and people having a conscience, right?
I mean, but is it really that crazy?
it
like-
really is. It really is.
You
Think
know,
about it.
I actually have something for your question. I actually questioned myself if I was in a simulation once.
Okay, what?
Bro, it was weird because I was having a dream,
Okay.
and in said dream, I was having a dream. I was sleeping.
So you're having
Bro,
Inception.
I woke up. I was like, yeah.
Okay.
Bro, I woke up from the dream.
Okay.
I remember I was a kid. I woke up from the dream. I went to go wake up my parents because I was scared. They had no faces. Boom. Woke up from that dream. I was still dreaming. And then like I was like in my bed freaking out. And then I actually
He
woke
was
up.
just like shaking in his bed.
And then I actually woke up and I was like, bro, am I just stuck in a constant state of dreaming?
Yeah, see, I just want to let you know, you have some pretty fucked up dreams.
Yeah, bro, you should go see like.
Nah, bro.
I've told him
somebody.
this like multiple times.
It's called
Yeah.
it's called the vast imagine. There's a lot going on up here.
Yeah.
It's called the vast
There's a
imagination.
lot going on under that cap, bro.
Anyways, I'm curious, what is your like theory on life being a theory?
Why
What do you think?
I
You
know,
said it's
I'm-
like a video game. You said it's like a video game.
I ain't no
like
doofus,
what is?
all right? Life ain't no theory, all right? But we may
You
be in
were
a
just-
simulation.
Bro,
But you said it's like a video, you said it's like a video
if
game.
it's like a video
Expand.
game, it makes sense.
Preach,
Okay,
brother.
the reason I say this is because
I'm curious. What do you mean?
nothing is
This guy
as
posed a
interesting.
question with no answer.
Nothing.
What?
Yeah, well, that's all theories are they not?
No, it's a question with possible answers.
Alien exclamation mark.
Okay. So I say this because like
Big
nothing
genius.
is as
Yup.
interesting as human
Yes,
life, right?
sir.
And if there was ever a big enough simulation,
Small dick, big genius.
Yo, what's even weirder about that?
Yo, everybody
that-
stopped at the same time.
Wait, What's even
I was
weirder about
expecting-
that, I saw the smirk on your face before you said it. So I'm like,
No.
He
Here,
knew what
why?
he was doing.
I'm
He
like,
knew
why did you think that was acceptable?
no, cause they were talking,
It's
so I was
bars.
like, yo, let me just say it like super low key, so like nobody here other than the audience see you.
Let me
Well,
say it
This,
low
guy,
key.
this guy's like, let me just say it low key into the microphone. Joe gas,
That's
bro.
what I was just saying.
No,
What, bro?
but these guys stopped talking at the exact moment that I said it.
Yeah,
Anyways, continue. What about life being a theory?
Y'all won't even let me go, bro. I don't even know where I am right
I
now.
would
Sorry,
like to.
you're
I'm
there.
stuck in the fucking simulation.
The
bro.
loop, fam.
I'm in the loop.
You're just stuck in episode 16 forever.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
When you really think about it, we're all stuck in episode 16 forever.
I'm stuck in your girl forever.
Can you stop with these, bro?
I'm just gonna sit like this for the rest of the pod. Anyways, go.
Bro, I don't even know anymore.
he doesn't know what question he
Okay.
You don't know
Like,
what-
we're in a simulation because
This guy's still trying to explain this.
watch. We're in a simulation because
Holy
So-
fuck.
Hey, you want time to think about that?
yeah.
Yo,
yeah,
I need to go to the bathroom, so you want to cut right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be back. Okay. So I think I lost it. I don't know why we're in a simulation. It doesn't really make any sense to me now that I think about it. But you know,
See, I
That's
still want.
that's what you came up with after like this.
I still want you to
Okay,
explain to me
okay.
how life
He
is like
just-
a video game.
he
That's
just
what
like-
I'm waiting for.
Okay.
You said it's like a video game, and I don't understand.
There's
I'm
the
trying to
beginning,
understand.
2
There's a
hours
middle
later.
and there's an end.
okay.
Spit.
Are we playing an RPG game? Like what type of
Microphone
game?
checker.
Open
Okay,
world.
okay,
Dungeons
okay,
and Dragons?
Okay.
Question mark?
Okay. I play
Crazy
I
Eights?
play my life like a
Wow,
video game.
wow.
Okay, I'm on level 22 right now. I'm about to level up to level 23. Okay.
Damn, you're stuck
So-
on level 2.
Fuck. It's like we're playing one giant game of Dark Souls.
Jesus.
Sure, I'm surprised if you know what that game is, but I'm very impressed.
It's that one with the sword. And
Bro, you're
That's
trying
like
to get
Star
away
Wars,
from your
bro.
explanation.
I don't know.
How is life like a video game? I just want to know.
Okay,
Don't
life is like
know.
a video game because like
Once you die, you
Oh,
respawn.
we're in a simulation.
You're
in the
just
sense
saying
that-
your idea over and over. Life is a video
Yeah, we're
game.
actually in a simulation.
because
Oh my
we're
god.
in a simulation.
Yo,
Guys, I can't break the loop right now.
Yeah, Esty.
yo, no cap. I have something I want to add to this.
Okay, go.
I don't currently think life is a simulator or life is a theory.
Simulator?
Simulator or life is a theory.
What?
But I do think, hear me out.
Okay.
I do think, because I've always been a firm believer in this. We might get in another conversation because of this, but I've
about
always
to
been a
spit.
firm. I've always been a firm believer in like we are gonna figure out how to like defeat death in the sense like like in the next 100 years. No
Final
cap.
boss, death.
No cap. No cap. In the next 100 years to 200 years, we're gonna figure out how to like live forever. And I think how we're gonna do that is by uploading our brains and like our consciousness into a computer. So technically, if that were to happen, I do think then we would
I
be in a
agree.
simulation.
I agree.
Life then would really be a theory.
I
and we'd
agree.
be able to live forever in that
okay,
computer.
So thank you for saying that because that's what I was trying to say, but my brain is just too small.
I
Yo,
see.
but-
So no, but I think he's right. But I think we've already been there. I think like humanity has already progressed that far. Or
Bro,
maybe not humanity.
What the fuck
wait,
are you guys talking about?
wait.
I don't
So,
know what he's got. he's going on
Somebody
about
has
now.
progressed far enough to
Who?
be able to upload and
Who?
create a simulation. Okay, you're acting like we're the only things out there, bro.
Elon.
Elon. Okay, no.
Oh, you're
but-
talking about in the universe. You're not just
in the
talking
universe.
about here.
Okay,
Oh.
so anybody could have like potentially created a simulation and we're just living out the simulation that they created because they're so advanced and far enough in technology that they have created it's like a video game to them.
So you
know
think
what
it's
I
like
mean?
the Truman Show?
Yeah, I think.
ever
I've
see that
never
movie, The
watched
Truman
it.
Show?
I really want to.
Yeah,
I need
I
to.
think
I've
you're
heard of it.
thinking of a simulation too heavily. This draws back into our conversation
so?
of the 13 families and stuff like that, who really has power and stuff like that.
How so?
And what I'm saying is that, like, what I try to mean is, like, if someone says to me, life is a simulation, life is a theory,
Mhm.
it's not because we're actually, like, living in a simulation where our minds are shut down, like, we're lying down and we're being controlled thinking we're living reality. It's more so in the sense we don't know who's in power. We
Mhm.
don't know who makes the laws.
Mhm.
We really don't fully understand like why we aren't allowed certain liberties, why we can't see certain things. We don't know all the information that we're supposed to know, like all the Mars stuff. So in that sense, yes, we are essentially to an extent controlled by like
I don't think we're
people
being
people
controlled,
that
though.
people like by governing bodies or whatever to act a certain way, to behave a certain way, and to think a certain way, essentially. And obviously, people don't completely follow that. They get educated or they do research on certain things, and they kind of break. It's called breaking your matrix, kind of like
Yeah, I've heard that.
being like aware
I don't
of
think
everything around you.
I don't fully agree with that though, because like right now, I know it's
Mm.
far fetched, but like humans are creating ways to recreate like simulations that like tell a computer to get a blob over a fence. Like it'll retry it hundreds of millions of times until the blob or whatever learns how to jump, and then it'll jump over the fence, right? And I feel like if you just keep progressing through the evolution of trials and simulations like that, you can get to a point where we are at.
But
Bro,
like,
did anybody understand the blob reference?
It's okay. So in computing,
I had
they
no
run
idea.
simulations.
Fuck
They
you.
run simulations over and over and over, and the test subject eventually learns how to
Oh, okay.
how to
thank you.
overcome a
I
problem
think
in
I
it.
missed that.
So
part.
like the blob, for example,
we'll
would-
eventually get over the
yeah,
the
it'll
fence
get
it
over
heard
the
or
fence
whatever.
eventually after millions of tries. It'll finally learn how. And I think that like the human can like
Condition.
we would eventually get to that point. It wouldn't just be a blob. It's like a human, and we're now at that point where it's been millions of trials, and now look at where human evolution's at. I don't know. It's kind of far fetched, and
I don't
know
think of
what
it
got
that
me
way.
on this, but
I don't think of it that way. I think
Yo,
of it
but,
the way
like,
I explained it.
if you guys were to like put all your memories and shit into a computer,
mhm.
like, wouldn't there be like limits? Like, I
What do
don't.
you
How
mean?
so?
Like gigabytes wise, like you'd
No,
have a
no,
memory
no.
that you could only keep.
No,
in
no,
there?
not
But
like
who's
that.
gonna take care of it? Who's gonna control the mainframe?
No, not
for
like that.
example, or, like-
Then that would be the simulation. The person controlling
Yo,
the mainframe
yo.
would be the like the god per se, like the overarching.
Wait, not like that.
You know what I mean?
Let me finish. Let me finish.
energy.
Yeah, so if you do like put yourself into a computer and whatnot,
Okay. All right.
like what would that do? Like you're
You'd
just
live forever.
Yeah, you would remove
But-
your
but
physical,
why?
your physical
But
like
why does
To
that-
live forever.
limitation.
wait,
Why?
wait.
But like, who's gonna carry around the
Wait.
computer to hear it?
Yo, let me
Shut
talk,
up.
Esty.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You guys are freaking out.
I'm so confused.
Like once you put yourself into a video game like VR, you
Okay.
have to join certain lobbies to do certain things. For
Okay.
example,
Yeah.
in those certain lobbies, you could do only specific things. You could pick up something
Okay.
and interact with it, or you can meet people.
Because the game dev.
Yeah,
made
but,
it
like,
That's
that,
the
right?
rules that the game dev provided for the player.
What if they made it so there was no rules? They set like just gravity rules. They set like
but like what?
um,
You're gonna be like playing like a sandbox, like Gmod.
that's how humanity is, no? We're all just playing a giant game of sandbox, aren't we?
I mean, I don't think I could just spawn in a fucking ray gun out of nowhere.
Yeah, you have to build it, but it's still the same like idea behind it. We just plopped up on Earth, and you just kind of figure it out. And now look where we're at now. You just kind of create your Minecraft village, you know, and now look at where we're at.
I
type
mean,
shit. Humanity just
but-
develops
but-
over time.
That's you because you have a free mind, but most of these people are just going to go to school and go to work and then gonna go feed their kids and then.
What's wrong
gonna
with
go-
that?
What's wrong with that?
There's NPCs and anything, bro.
Okay,
Come
but,
on.
like-
everybody's an NPC.
But why
in
would
your
you do
game.
that in a computer?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm trying to say, like, you've done this. Like, say if you went 40, you lived your life,
Mhm.
had your family,
hmm
and then you're about to die, and then you get put into a computer.
Yeah.
What more do you guys like?
Answer
What-
life's
what-
questions, bro.
Yeah, there's nothing- there's nothing as
do
in-
whatever.
As
You live
interesting
forever.
at
Okay,
least
but
to
what
me,
essentially
learn
what
about
what
the
are you?
universe.
But
So
what
why
what
wouldn't
are
you
you at
replay
that
it in a
point?
different?
What?
What are you at that point? You're confined to the reality that you're in. So if you get loaded up to a computer, your mind is confined and constrained to that computer. How are you gonna travel time if you're constrained to that computer? What are you gonna learn?
It's just like it is. Essie, what if I said to you right now, you're never going to die? Then what would you do?
I'd be like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, but like all those
Yeah, but
characters.
life would continue to
Yo,
go on for
that
you.
was
You continue to learn.
Dumbest
Like,
answer.
Yo, but all those like characters in these shows and movies that live eternity,
yeah,
they get bored of the world eventually.
yeah, okay, but
So, what else?
Conquer new world, bro.
yeah,
Go to another universe. Go to another planet.
you're bored of your
Bro, but
life.
someone
but like,
would have to make that universe. Like, there's someone would have to program that into it. You can't like. It's
Why
just
can't it be you?
why can't? Why?
What do you
can't-
mean it's just you?
If
No,
we're, if we're that
Bro,
far ahead
you're
in
looking
Me and
at it-
Alex can't
No,
even
no, no.
make. A
No,
homepage
Melody,
of a-
Melody.
What?
Melody, you're looking at it like you go into your computer by yourself and you're in that universe by yourself. I'm thinking, think about it like how it is life now. If there's one big computer and when we die, we all go into the same computer or when we're about to die.
Okay.
And then we all live forever together in this computer. So you'd still have people coding and doing like everybody would have their own thing, a part of that society.
Okay, but
But like,
yo, there's only certain things we could do in Minecraft, you beat the dragon and then you're done.
Okay,
But that's
you
only
know?
only because the developer put a dragon in there. That's the
only
rule that he
because
put in there.
made that the end goal. As where life in general, there is no end goal. It's whatever
guys
you
remember the
want it to
movie-
be. You know what I mean?
Remember
But
the
yo,
movie
but
Lucy?
your imagination has limits too. That I'm trying.
Do you remember
like,
the movie Lucy?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think our imagination is limitless, and I think that like you'll always find something to do. And I think that
I don't.
human life is the one thing that you will always find something to do with. If you're bored of your life, bro, go hop in somebody else's shoes. You'll have a difficult time. You'll have a fun time. You'll have a different experience, and that is something that you can't replace. And that's why I
So
think
you-
life might be a simulation, because you might be
Okay,
able.
that's something different though. You're
Okay.
going in someone else's shoes
Yeah.
with your memory and shit like that.
Yeah.
then.
So once you die, then you hop in a new simulation.
Okay.
I don't know.
But like,
that kind of goes on to like
yo,
rebirth
that's
and all
still
that, but...
that's still like, what, you're gonna take care of someone else's kids in someone else's shoes?
No, that's your kids now. You're in that life.
But why would you want to
You
experience
guys,
that again?
Yo, Loki, you guys are making my theory way more complex than it needs to
Yeah,
be.
you
I
were
just think
you were just a dumbass.
no,
I developed
no.
your
Wait,
theory,
I'm just
okay?
saying, like, let's just say we find a way to upload all of us into one computer or one network. I'll say not even computer, a network
Yeah.
where all of our consciousness, all of our memories, everything comes with us except for our bodies. Okay, and then when we're in that world, it's like character creator. You make your own body at that point. Yeah.
Just upload me to Pornhub.
There you go. And then and then when we're in that world, we can do whatever our minds will let us. Like if it's just like living in this world, but like we're in a computer and we can never die. And then maybe you have shortcuts like
Okay,
you can pull up a screen
but-
beside you and code shit into the
But-
world, you know?
Our minds are limited to the things that we like. You know, if I'm Alex, you know, he watches fucking Val all day. The first thing
No,
that
I do not.
the first thing that he's gonna do in a
Yikes.
virtual reality world is probably do some Val shit. You know, he's not gonna go to the pyramids. He's not gonna go there. He's gonna do some Val shit.
But what I'm saying is
gonna touch the
Alex could
first map-
find
first
Alex
map-
could
map.
find hear me out.
But like,
I'm about
I'm-
to blow your mind right now. What I'm saying is Alex could find like-minded people that fuck with Valorant, and they could create a Valorant into that world where they're the Valorant characters and play that
Yo, but
those characters.
And then
but
what?
the way you're
And then
the way
live
you're-
life,
yeah,
and then
but the way
leave that
you're-
when they're done and move on to the next
the way
thing.
you're
and then-
explaining it is
Yeah.
like how Lucy was opening in the movie was opening up her mind and became a fucking USB, and she just slowly started to understand all the secrets of the world, how everything works.
Mhm.
She could see like past what the human eye could see,
And we could do that as well if we're memory and,
like
we're no
she
longer
be-
like we
she,
don't have
she
brains.
became a computer at the end. I kind of forget the details of what happens to her, but she just like I don't know. She just absorbed all the information there was to absorb, and her body was condensed into a fucking computer, and she became a mind. But what then? If you understand, like where would she be? How could she escape the confinement of her computer to do anything else remotely involved with other planets, the universe, helping the human race?
Think about it like this, right? You are a scientist, okay? And you feel like you're gonna have the answers to time travel. So,
Yeah.
but you know that within your life you can't solve it because you're obviously we have a short lifespan, only 100 years. Let's just say. So you go into a computer. Let's say at 50, 60 years old, you go into a computer and you sit in that computer for 3, 4, 500 years, maybe even 1,000 years, studying time travel. Okay, then you upload yourself back into the real world. Let's just say we find a human like dummy, and there's a way for us to upload and download ourselves into the computer and upload out. Let's just say you found a way to upload yourself out into reality and then build that time traveling machine for the people that are still like walking the regular earth.
Keep going.
You know
Keep
what I'm
going.
saying?
Okay.
Like, what if we had something like that? And for the people that just wanted to chill, you also had a place where, like, let's just say you're an old dude and you loved soccer your whole life. You're 80 years old now and you just want to go live in that simulation and play soccer. You can make yourself a 20-year-old kid again and not have bruises, not have injuries, and just enjoy that
What do you
life
have to say
if
to
you
that,
want.
bro?
You know what I mean?
This has been facts, bro. Dante knows his shit, bro.
But
Dante
why?
been life is a theory.
I've been life is a
I
theory.
like this,
still.
yo. I made fun of
I'm
you.
out here.
I take it
Like
back.
yo, that guy,
Yeah.
one guy
Yeah,
had
but like
that one guy.
after that one game, he's gonna feel great that one game, you know. And then what? Like yo,
There is no and then what. Life is not an
Bro.
and then what thing.
Yo, but that's
you
why-
guys want to make it that though. I'm saying like
No.
it's gonna get to a point where like you guys there's a reason why people explore the world. They don't want to be in a computer. They want to learn new things.
And that's fine.
If
And
you
everybody
learn-
does
if-
things differently. And that's fine.
Yeah, but like,
But there's a simulation
Mauri,
for
let me ask you a
everybody.
question. If your goal is to get to Mars, or not Mars, let's just say your goal is to get to the next universe over. There's like there's like a bunch of universes
how much
in the world.
people's
Galaxies,
goal
sorry.
is that? What?
Well, there are people out there that I'm sure one day would
Yo,
want
but
to go to another galaxy.
Yeah,
there
but
are
there's
people out
so
there that
much
feel that
steps
way.
Yeah,
that we have
most-
to do before that.
I
Well,
understand,
most
and that's
people-
perfect. What I'm saying to you is, then you'd go in a simulation and you'd wait for us to
Wait?
however many
Who
thousands
is
of
gonna
years.
wait?
What do you mean?
You're gonna wait for someone to reach that pinnacle?
Why not?
just-
You live forever. Why wouldn't you?
You just said someone's gonna wait 500 years for someone to make time travel, so then they could go to one planet, and then
Fam, if you could live forever, why wouldn't you live forever? And when I say this to people, people are always like, they don't understand what I mean. When I say, would you want to live forever? They all say no, because they're like, oh, well, like I won't have any family, or like life may be boring. But what if I said to you, you could live forever and your entire family could live forever? And you could do
Yeah, but
whatever
I
you
think-
wanted, whenever you wanted in your simulation.
But I think you're
know?
you're from then you're thinking that everybody just wants to be like an AI. I think the idea of being human is that you're confined to living. You can only do anything, make some type of difference by the time you're still breathing. You can only try to reach your goals by the time you're still dreaming. That's the whole thing. I'm confined to my body, to my brain, to what I can do, what I can physically do, how long I can last, doing my craft and stuff like that. And that's what makes it worth it. You only live once. It's the purpose of doing what you can while you're alive, seeing what you can while you're alive, learning what you can while you're alive. And when you're done, when you're dead, it's not your turn no more. It's done. Like a lot of people live like that and are okay with that. Like I imagine Elon Musk probably has so many things that he wants to do, but I don't think. Well, maybe he could think differently. But like if I were him, I would do as much as I could, but I wouldn't want to just survive for the rest of millennia working away.
But why would
No-
you want to
no
limit
cap.
yourself to the time limit
Hold
of
on,
your physical body?
I just want to say real quick
I'm
too.
human, and that's I'd be okay with that.
Yeah,
I
I see,
live my life.
I just wanna say to you-
that's the joy of being. I guess that's what makes you human. You're confined.
yeah,
to,
but if
to
there
your
was an
body
option to
live.
just like last longer, why wouldn't you?
What I would say to you is, people are only
'Cause,
okay.
like why
People are only
Why
okay with
not?
dying
Why
because
not? You want to die?
to live forever? I wouldn't want to live forever
But why? Why wouldn't you want to live forever?
because like Mauri said, like even if
You would
You
get
don't
bored.
fully
Like, you think
accomplish
you would
your
get
thing.
bored? Like,
But
why
I
wouldn't
just-
you want to live forever?
like you would have wanted to live through all of history if you could have
I would have.
beginning of time.
I would have
I don't
wanted
know.
to live
I don't
through
know.
all
Well,
of
maybe
history.
starting now, yeah. You never know what's gonna happen. Maybe there could be another like mass genocide. But what wouldn't make
Yeah,
you
there's
want to
pros
live
and cons.
forever?
Like
there would be pros and cons,
sure.
but
I would like having experienced it all would have been sick. But at the same time, I don't know. There's some reason that I'm fine with the time period I'm in. I'm fine with living out my human years.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that was me. That was my take.
I also just want
Because
to say,
I don't think that we're supposed to live
Mm-hmm.
forever. I don't think that we're supposed to
if we
to
could
be
just, like,
untouchable. Because like what's like
if we could just
I don't
also
know
like
how to
simulate
put it
anything,
into
then like
words.
there's gonna be no uniqueness in you and me. Like if you were the great artist in your group,
Okay.
and then I just wanted to simulate that, and then I'm now the artist of the group, and then that doesn't make you any cooler or any more
Like if-
unique than me. Like why does that?
I'm not understanding that.
you say
No
you
one's
say
gonna
you
wanna
say you
do that
die, you
anymore.
enter a simulation and you could create anything. So say if there is a great artist doing all that while he was alive and he dies, but someone else already died, went into this new type of simulation and they're just creating everything because they're in a computer and they can just generate it or whatever. Like that loses. I feel like that adds to losing its uniqueness.
It's
like
not
how
like
special it
well,
is.
okay, but
Its originality.
okay,
and
but
stuff
the
like that.
fact that it would get
Like
boring,
here,
wait, the fact that you would get bored by just spawning stuff in, I'm pretty sure you would not make a simulation where everybody would just spawn stuff in. You would make a simulation that is
that you
very
work hard.
that is very much lifelike because you won't get bored of life. Because that's what it goes
Alright.
back to me saying that life is
If
unique.
there's
You wouldn't, realistically, you wouldn't want to live forever if life was just like you want something, there it is. You know what I mean? You would want to live a life where like if you want something, you earn it, you make it, you
but
do it.
he just
I
Dante-
disagree. I
Dante
disagree
just
with you.
said
I disagree.
if
with
an
you.
old man,
Why would you want to live forever if you constantly had to make food, constantly had to pay bills,
Because that's
constantly
what
had
makes
to do?
life is making the story and making your thing interesting. Life isn't just spawning something in and having
But
it for that
the
second.
point
Life
isn't-
is in experiencing that journey and your whole life through that.
But the
You know
point
what I
of
mean?
the simulation isn't to live life. Live life in the normal sense, like how we live here. The point of the simulation is to do whatever we want.
I disagree.
Mm.
Well, I agree and I disagree.
So now you
I
guys
think-
are contradicting each
No,
other.
no, no. I'm telling
not
you what I
exactly.
think.
No,
What he
listen,
thinks
So what
is
he
his
says
opinion,
is
but-
that like, say it again. Say it again.
I said the point of the simulation for me is for us to do whatever it is we want to do, not for us
Not to live
necessarily,
life.
not to like live life how we live here.
But
I
yeah, you
think
would
that-
want
I
to
think
live in a
that-
perfect simulation where you're just doing like
There-
nothing else is happening in your life. You're by yourself and you're just like working on
No,
generating stuff
no.
that you like.
No, this is the simulation that I would want. You know
But
what
yeah,
I mean?
that's your
yeah.
human life. You
Yeah.
experience,
and
you
that's what I'm
learn, you
saying.
create,
But
and
I'm
then you
saying
die.
that-
Like, why
but
would
I
you
don't
want to
think
do
dying
that
is
for
part of the simulation.
eternity?
I think like, all right, if I got to the end, why can't I just press restart? Why can't I just do something?
But
else
like,
to do that?
I think
If
what
the
I'm trying to get
resources
across
are
is that
available-
why would we focus on creating something that we learn, and then here experience it again, just your mind in this computer that you can do anything. Like, why? What is
Because you could bring what you learn in there back out into the real world is what I'm saying. Like if you because you're looking at it from a perspective of an artist or whatever.
But you're saying
but look
like
at it
if
from, like, a
someone just
researcher's
put a
perspective.
USB in my brain, took out my like a thought and put in that of someone that's been in a computer for 100,000 years.
Well, what I'm trying to say is look at it from
We're
like
not gonna see that.
look at it
for
from a
while,
scientist or a mathematician's perspective. If Albert Einstein went into a computer and was able to sit there with his mind for 100,000 years, think about how much more he would have accomplished than he did. Even though he accomplished a lot, think about how much more he would have accomplished than he did in the 100 or 80 years
Yeah,
that he lived on
agree.
Earth.
But is that
you know?
life? Is that living? You
What?
consider just being confined to a computer, sitting down in
How
the
are you-
simulation,
but how
and
are
just
you
working?
How are you confined
But that's
to a
not- that's
computer?
not-
If you're
that's not really
living,
living.
if you're living your life the exact same way that you are, how are you like confined to a computer? You know what I mean?
I don't think it would be like fair for
There's no
a,
risk
a
at
human
all. You can
being,
just press
like
restart.
someone's soul
but
to
not-
be trapped.
But
in
not
a-
really. You don't know that because the simulation is so
simulation.
it's so lifelike that you don't know. Right now, do you know that if you chop your head off and kill yourself, are you gonna respawn? You don't know because that's the way the simulation was made. So you would live like life like it's your only life, and you would experience it how you want to. But then when you get to the end, maybe you can just do it again. You know, I don't know. It's just a thought, but I feel like it can make sense in certain ways.
I don't know.
you
I just know I'm right about simulations.
yeah, and I'm wrong. Yeah.
You're wrong. Specifically you, Alex. though.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what about Dante?
Nah, I kind of like him.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting to think about though.
Is there
I think
a-
about it often.
I know it's deep. If you guys want to keep going, I can give you a next one. All right, so
I
aliens.
just
aliens.
I just the
Okay.
living for everything and just the uploading, like, to me it just seems.
Do you guys want to get into aliens or no?
Before you continue, we could get into it. But what I want to say, you said earlier, that people are okay with dying, and it would be wrong for us to take that away from them, right? I think that's what you said earlier.
Not that but like I think that's what makes us human. That our ability that we're confined to our lifespan and like we're confined to like how long our bodies last.
I don't
is.
agree.
But you
Like,
could.
it adds a little bit of something to your life. Like, you're in your 20s trying to get my life started. You're in your 40s. I'm trying to continue to excel. You're in your 60s. You're in your 70s. I'm trying to chill. I live my life. I'm trying to explore the world, see things I haven't seen while I was too busy. Like, doing that. And then like, say if that person dies, had a perfect life, like, did everything they had to, like, reach the pinnacle of their goals, explored the world, and then they died.
I don't know. I guess like a simulation, like the way you guys describe it, is just like not for me. I guess I'm happy with my life and the way it's going and the direction I'm going.
Okay,
So
but that's
there's-
my point. That's my point. You are living the simulation that was created for you. You are happy living your life the way it is, and that's the simulation. I know it sounds stupid, but our life is the simulation. You know what I mean? It's the life that you chose because you didn't choose to live a life where, I just spawn in 100,000 pounds of gold. You chose to live this life in the simulation. You know what I mean?
I kind of disagree with you because in real life, he's not living that simulation because in real life he can't just spawn in $100,000. Like
And
if he wanted to, I'm sure
But
he
in
would.
the
yeah, but
simulation,
I
you would
think-
technically be able to if you're
Yeah,
talking like
no, you would,
could-
but that's what I'm.
if
But
you-
that's why I think.
If you're saying that every time someone gets reborn, they have no idea from the past, bro, that's a new person. I'm sorry, sure, like that soul has been around, but if
I never
they
said
have,
that.
if
I
they
never
have
said
no
that. You could
idea
still have
from
to.
their past, that's a completely new person. And anything that's been created by people in the past and like continuing forward inventions and all the technology we see, that's been someone lived, experienced stuff, learned things, and ended up making something. Boom, that was one person, one generation. Next generation, a completely different person did something completely different. Born, did something, created something, was great at something. a next generation comes. Like that's what life is. Different people learning and experiencing different things, coming together for the best of the human race to move forward to excel. And like if you're just like people are just being uploaded, and like you're in this constant loop, that's a new person, completely new life, completely new experiences, does something new. And even if it's a loop of like you're always being uploaded into a new simulation, like and you don't know, it's just new people. Sure, it's someone uploading a new character every time another character falls.
That's not what life is, but that doesn't mean that that's what life has to be going forward. Does that make sense? In the sense that like
we're running circles, boys.
If you had to reproduce, if you had to reproduce, and have like the next generation, like we all had to reproduce to have the next generation to continue pushing the world forward. Or I would just say to you, you could go into a computer and do it all yourself. I'm pretty sure like as selfish human beings, majority of us would choose to stay alive and do it ourselves, then have us die and then have a new generation come in and take over the mantle for us constantly. I think majority human beings would choose that because we all, at the end of the day, we all are afraid of death and we'd all much rather, I know like me personally, I'd want to know all the answers of the universe just because I'm a curious human being like that. And I think majority human beings are like that. You know what I mean? And if we could know all the answers and live forever and find out those answers, I think we would personally.
But do you think like being uploaded to a computer would help you
Find those answers?
find those answers?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Because if you only have a certain amount of time in your life, let's say 100 years, you're dead, right? 1 to 100, you're dead. If you can upload yourself to a computer at 99 and then do another 100 years, you can double the amount of things that you've done in your life. And then you can find those answers
But
in
we've been at
the
like a stop hold.
100,000.
Like Elon is just making it so that we could go to Mars, you know?
But yeah,
Okay,
just
so-
because
We're very limited. Just because we could upload stuff and like
okay.
we could expand our
But
lifespan,
that's
doesn't mean
Elon. That's Elon. I know it's far fetched, but like we're not the
Yeah, but
only
that's
things
not-
in this
that's not
universe,
like-
and you
What
you
I'm
don't know
saying
how
is
far ahead
just-
any other being
just
is.
because you live for another 100 years though doesn't mean you'll find answers for everything. A lot of
Yeah.
the stuff are not calculable. A lot of the stuff aren't written down. A lot of the stuff
I think that's wrong.
happens
I think
spontaneously
that's wrong.
and stuff.
I don't
like
think
that.
I think
100
that's wrong.
years, but I think
Yeah.
thousands of years.
That's what I mean. Like
You know what
over
I mean?
millions, it's just like how I said with the computer simulations that we have now. If it runs its course hundreds of millions of times, you'll find the answers for anything. I think.
You're just not everywhere at once. So like if you're
But
living
you can
forever,
be if you could try it over and over and over and over. You could be here one time, there another time, there another time. You can keep trying it until you find the right.
but
but you're always missing.
but you're saying
something, you know what I mean?
1,000.
But you're not missing something. Wait, you're not missing something. If one day you go here and then you try it again, but you go here, and the next day you try it again and go here, you just tried 3 different places. So it's not like you're
But that's all
everywhere
the
at once.
future. That's
but
none
you-
of the past.
No, it's the. This sounds so stupid.
I don't
It's the
even know what
present.
years. Like, how do you even get to these 3 points in one lifetime? What person could
Because
do that?
because if
In
say
3 different days,
okay,
3
say you
different
live
spots.
0 to 100, doing spending your life going this way, right? And then when you're at 99, you go into the computer and you start back from here and you do it a different
Bro,
way.
no matter what you tell me, in those 100 years, wherever that person was, there's something else going on somewhere else. And even if he lives again, you still missed it. And that thing is gonna evolve. You're gonna go there, and where you just came from, something else will pop up.
But
And
there's
while the 100 years, while you're looking at what you missed, that shit's gonna continue.
Exactly.
But
And then
there's
you're gonna be going
unlimited-
back and even sure
you're not
constantly
going
doing
back
that,
and
but
forth.
how long
There's
are you?
unlimited.
How long are you chasing history? How long are you chasing evolution?
as much
you
as
can't
you want.
get it all.
You
Where
can.
the fuck
But
is
you
the
can't
mic?
go
You literally
back.
can, huh?
You can't go back. Though.
You don't need to go back because you will try
But there's
every
so much
possible
history.
situation ever. I will try a whole dimension where I'm just sitting on that couch just to see if something happens. My whole life, I'll sit on that couch.
No, you wouldn't.
But you can. But
the fact
but
that
you
you
can.
wouldn't, you would not
but
do
you
that.
can. But you can. Can you not? Because you have unlimited tries. So why
But
wouldn't
how
you?
would you go back?
What do you mean back?
You wouldn't go back. There's
You
no
don't
way
need
back.
to go back. You have the information from all of those.
You
Past
wanted the
times.
answers to the world.
Okay.
Okay.
So wouldn't you want to know how the world is created?
No, you're looking. When I say the answers to the world, I mean how can we go through space and time? How can we time travel? Things that we don't know yet, not things that we didn't know in the past. Like I'm
But-
saying, I'm not talking about things in the past.
Do you want to know it, or do you want to just
first of all,
create it?
First of all,
Both.
I
Be a
have
part of
never.
creating it and understanding. Melody, do you want to know if aliens existed? What if I told you aliens wouldn't appear for the next 1,000 years? Would you want to live to see them? I mean, I would. I'd want
I
to live to
would.
see them.
I would.
So then somebody would upload my brain into a computer. I know we couldn't know this, but somebody would upload my brain into a computer, and I would just sit there for years and years until I found out aliens were in the real world. Then I would get re-uploaded into the real world, see the aliens, be like, wow, this is crazy. We learn everything we learned from those aliens. I take all the information and research that they have. Then I go back into the computer and I use all the research they have and I spend the next 1,000 years with everything they taught me and I apply it to our world. And then I create some next invention that I can't even think of.
What did you do the 1,000 years that you were waiting?
Whatever the fuck you wanted.
Whatever you wanted. You could have researched on
what
your, yeah.
You said you were just sitting there though.
Okay, but when I meant like you could literally do whatever you want.
You could press.
I could have spent that whole time.
You could press fast forward and then.
I don't mean that. I don't mean pressing fast forward. I mean like I could have spent those like let's just say I'm a mathematician.
How are you gonna enjoy all of it? Like you know what I like. What I'm saying is just like bro,
Yo,
you gotta
definitely get bored in your day.
You're thinking of life as something so simplistic that you can just let time pass and like be okay with or just like you gotta live. You gotta be talking to people. You gotta be going out. You gotta say you want to work.
So basically, what you're saying to me is that to enjoy life, you need to know that you're gonna die at the end. That's what you're telling me.
Not that you're gonna know that you're gonna die, but I'm just saying like that's what kind of quality of life is that? Just waiting 1,000 years in a simulation where every single day you're trying to figure out what to simulate.
Yo, like hear this. When they read a story about you,
he's saying you have to sit there and wait. But time is perceived differently depending on you. Okay, if you're sleeping, and 5 hours is like 2 minutes. No, every time you go to sleep, you don't feel like you're sleeping for 8 hours. Am I wrong? So that
but it still was
sitting at exactly. So you could be in the computer. It could feel like 5 minutes, but it's been 1,000 years, and now you're just back. 5 minutes, you're back. Am I wrong?
Okay, but then like Esty said, you're gonna have to get all that information that you passed because you were sleeping.
But it can be done in 5 minutes because you're in a computer, bro. Like, and I'm sure computers would be.
I think all parties are making this way
guys.
more
All right,
complicated
let me
than it
ask the
needs to
viewers: who sounds the stupidest this conversation, this whole podcast?
Yeah, who's the stupidest?
Let us know who is the stupidest. Okay?
I think it's the way you guys look at life. It's very, very different than
yeah, and that's fine. You
like,
know, we can all look at it differently.
You know what's crazy?
What?
You guys said that you'd wait 1,000 years and then go see whenever the fucking aliens pop up.
No, I would live those 1,000. I don't know about waiting,
but you still haven't even fucking explored or seen all of the animals that are on our Earth.
Like, we could do that within those 1,000 years.
We
could do that within those 1,000 years.
In this life. Like, what the fuck? You guys are waiting for the computer to be uploaded?
But what we're saying is one person can't do that in a 100-year lifespan. One person can't do that. But one person could in 1,000 or 2,000.
What's wrong with trying?
What do you? That's not how life works.
They just said we can't do it. We can't do it.
Mauri, bro. All right, I think you're.
A 21-year-old explored the world.
Okay,
she's the youngest person in the world.
But does she have the life answers? No, she just went to a bunch of different countries and spent money on plane tickets.
And I bet she has a lot more answers of the world than you.
Okay, maybe in her perspective, she thinks she might know more than me, but I disagree. Like that's unrealistic to think that just because somebody's lived their life traveling, like they know more than me. I don't think that's true at all.
I think
traveling the world, you fucking explore history.
I think she would be a little more knowledgeable in most things.
Okay, in different things. I just don't think that like
history?
Your point right here. But it doesn't
the world's
matter. But she doesn't know everything. I don't get the point you're making here. It just doesn't make sense.
I'm really confused on your point too.
Yeah.
So let me give you a simple term that I can explain it simply. In game development, there are people that have these ideas for video games that put them on the side because the technology is not up to date to make those games yet. Yeah. So like Bethesda, for example, I'll give you an example. They have this game. They want to make Elder Scrolls 6, right? And they have this idea that's so out there for the game that they cannot make it right now because technology has not evolved to the point to allow them to make that. It's not cheap enough, the technology or whatever the case may be, right? Mm-hmm. So they put that idea on hold and waited 15, 20 years, making other games or doing whatever, waiting for evolution to advance to the point now where we're now getting to the point where their ideas are becoming like achievable. Exactly. So now think about that same idea. Now think about it on the grand schemes of in the grand schemes of things of life. Whereas like maybe Elon Musk has an idea to go. Elon Musk is a perfect example. Elon Musk has an idea to go to another galaxy. Okay, he doesn't have the advancements in technology to get there. So he obviously wants to stay alive because he himself wants to go to another galaxy. So he's gonna go in a computer and stay in there for 2,000-3,000 years until the the humans that are on planet Earth have figured out a way, or other people in the simulation have found a way for us to travel through space and time to get him to this other galaxy. Does that make sense? So then in 1,000 years, he can come back out and he can go to this other galaxy, or he can go explore whatever. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
And then after that galaxy, he's gonna have.
Then he has. Then whatever his next
things.
idea is, whatever his next goal is, you live like. If I said to you, like, I think what this whole argument boils down to is, would you like to live forever? I truly think it's as simple as that.
But
if I said to you that you could live forever, would you?
Yo, but do you have no one in your life?
What do you mean?
Like, yeah, just think of that simplistic human being life, things that you value today. Are you alone in your life?
No.
Can you live for 1,000 years by yourself?
I wouldn't have to.
Would you want another mother?
You wouldn't have
Would you
to,
want
yeah.
another father? What do you mean you don't
Because
have to?
if
But, like,
I'm
yo,
living
essentially,
forever,
like,
they would be living
only-
forever.
Why
No?
would they be living forever?
Why wouldn't they?
So you,
If we all
so
get
you're
put
gonna-
into
you're
the
gonna-
simulation,
but like,
why
what
wouldn't we?
if they don't want to do that?
Well, then that's
They
up to
don't
them.
Okay,
they don't have to.
They don't have to, but in the simulation, they could be there.
Yo, but like you
That's
guys.
not the same. Like but you're just like, that's so weird that you're just okay with that, simulating a fake version of like your future wife and children. I would hate that. That's not them.
But how do you
That's
know?
fake.
I'm about to really fuck it up now. How do you know that you're not in that right now? How do you know your wife and kid
Bro, I
right
know
now
I'm
is in a
alive.
fake simulation?
I know I'm alive. I could bleed for
doesn't
you
know.
right now.
But you
He
don't.
doesn't
You
know,
don't
bro.
really
He
know.
doesn't know.
Life is a theory.
I could bleed.
Oh!
Come full circle.
Nah, you guys are thinking about it like it's a game, and it's
Yeah.
just so simple. Like, life isn't like that, bro. There's so many factors in your life
He's just mad because he can't
with
1v5
just like
clutch and valve.
with how life works and what you value in life that will prevent that from being okay. And that won't be a lot of people's dreams to like forget about everybody, live 1,000 years by
So they don't
themselves,
have to.
and simulate.
They don't
fake
have to if
people.
they don't want to.
So
live
wait.
forever,
So
they don't
what do you
have to.
mean by? What do you mean that's not how life works, and we think life is a game? So then, like, what is life like then? You know what I mean? If that's not how life works,
That's how
then
life
how does
is
life
to,
work?
to you, bro.
Nah, let's
not-
change topic. We're not in the same mindset. We're going circles still.
Okay. No, but what you said earlier was a good point. I'm curious, everybody watching this, let us know what you think in the comments.
Who made the stupidest
who made the
points? Who made
dumber
the best
arguments?
points? You
Yeah.
know, like
You were talking about aliens.
I don't know if we can keep going, bro. This is just
All right, we don't have to keep going. Esty.
Huh?
how you been? You got
Talk
anything
to
to
us.
talk to me about? You know, something. You know, bring it. Let's dial it back. You know, I feel
I
like
don't even
you're
know if
heated
I want
right
to
now.
do this anymore.
That's
you
what
guys
I'm
are.
saying.
I don't think of you guys as humans anymore.
I think you a bitch.
Now you guys think about everything so different, bro. It's
Oh my
crazy.
god. Whoa.
It's just your. I don't know. It's your I don't know. It's different.
I think
train of
you
thought.
like. I don't know. I don't know if you think life is more valuable than it is, or if you think like I don't even know how to put a word on it, but like how to describe it.
But is that even a thing? Is like
or
what,
death?
What
I feel like you
determines how
think death
valuable-
is more
And we
valuable
go
than it
back
actually
into it,
is.
ladies and gentlemen.
We're getting back in it. It's a great conversation, bro. I love
I
having
like
this talk.
it. You
I
know,
love it.
I like having the conversation. You know.
Well, yeah, I just like that. I'm glad I'm a human, and I'm glad I'm not a computer. That's my whole thing. So like, I wouldn't want to live like that.
That's fair. That's fair.
But what if I told you in the computer you did everything that a human did?
'Cause it's not.
Is it
real.
just like
You're-
something
that
you're-
would
you're
sit
telling
wrong
me
with
that
you?
It's not real. I like
What's
finite.
the difference?
I like
what's the
finite
difference?
things.
But
Mm.
but
I
if
know
it-
the difference. As long as I know the difference,
But
that's the difference.
but what if you don't? The simulation would be so real.
What you're talking about makes no sense now, because I can't
How?
opinionate, because I wouldn't know.
Yo, but like for
How?
example,
Because if I won't know
Here, I have
that
a
I'm
good
in a
point.
simulation, I have nothing to answer you
Here,
then,
here, I
because
have a
I will
good
have
point.
no
That's-
thought about what I'm in.
guys,
That's part of it. It's
That's like what we're
just
doing right
living
now.
life
This is like, if
naturally
this is
and
a
having-
simulation and I have no idea what it is, I have no opinion on it because I don't know that it's going on. So like, I can't answer your question because I have no idea what I would think if I had no idea what was
and yo,
going
if we
on.
were in, if we all were in a computer,
Yeah.
someone would be controlling us.
No.
Where does all the space go?
What do you think?
Someone is on the
Bill
outside of the
Gates.
computer. And
That's
yo,
what I'm saying,
if
yo.
if today people already choose what we see on TV and on YouTube, and you
Mhm.
can't even say fuck on YouTube anymore.
It would be the
Mhm.
same in the simulator.
Exactly. There's
Yeah.
gonna be limitation. No, you're gonna have your free, because you have your free will right now, right?
No, I
You're a
agree.
fucking
No, I'm not
dumbass.
arguing with you. I agree wholeheartedly
No,
with
I
what
know.
you're saying.
I
about
don't.
You, this guy's
Like,
I don't.
I agree. No, of
I-
course.
okay,
we're gonna
but I
have people
think
that
to a
censor
certain
us,
extent-
But what's
okay,
the
here-
difference between that and life now? We
Okay,
already have
here's
people
my
censoring
certain.
us.
Here's what I'd compare it to. They wouldn't have censorship in saying, like, the sense that you can't say fuck and stuff like that. But I think the censorship would be in exposing certain things like
the world's
aliens,
answers.
the world's secrets, stuff like that.
And, you know,
So
if-
the things
we
that
are,
you guys want to go into
every-
the simulation
Yo,
Yeah.
even every
for,
character
you
that
won't
it-
be able to get the answers for.
why not, bro? What if one of the simulations I end up being
Yo,
a
every
fucking, a Bob
character
Lazar
in a
type dude
movie,
that go work
or
there? You
TV
never
show
know.
that has lived for a long ass time, I like forever is always shown as a person that sacrificed everything in order to live forever and like to learn
Exactly.
everything. Every time a character like that is introduced in anything, so like a vampire, some type of supernatural, someone that's lived forever, learned a bunch of things, and has probably known a lot about the world and how it works and why it is what it is today, always is shown as someone that sacrificed and lost the value of life because they're just someone that's experiencing and learning for everyone else.
But
So that's why I'm
because-
saying I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that feeling.
And that's
But
fine.
that's because you have an immortal living amongst mortals. So obviously they explain like those people live with
Gonna
death.
spit
But imagine if we
bars
were
on
all
you.
immortals. If we're all immortals, then we all live forever. Then nobody's
Fam,
gonna have that feeling
I'm
of
trying
loss.
to be radiant, not immortal. Okay.
This guy always has to bring Valorant into the conversation.
That's why I
don't know
said
why, man.
his freaking simulation would be Val.
I don't know. I see what you guys
1v5
are
clutch.
saying. I just think like I think there's real value to a human being that could live for 10,000 years instead of 100. Think about how much
All
we
I-
could accomplish.
wait, can I just-
That's just
can
my
I say
opinion.
one last
something
thing?
that you just make up in your mind. You think that's sick.
Can I?
What do you mean?
You could just make up any like you're if
When
you're
I
s-
when I say make up in your mind, I mean like food. I mean like a home, a TV. But like really, if you wanted to, like you can't make up something that you don't know exists yet.
so
You know what I'm saying? So
is
you still
this
have
simulation like reincarnation? You're just waking up in a different space in a different life.
to no. Like
Could be like thought of as like that.
Like
I
bro,
think
the
it
way
could.
you
I
the way
don't
you
mean
the
it
way
like
the
that.
way the way you guys have explained it is like you're
I
on
think it can
you're
be. I
on a,
think-
you're on like a
You
PC.
respawn.
You're on a you're on a
I think it's
file
hard
on a
to
computer
talk
somewhere
about something
waiting.
we don't truly understand. So obviously we all probably sound stupid as fuck right now, but I feel like it could be perceived like that if you wanted it to. You know? Is there anything else you guys want to bring up or
I want to talk about aliens.
yeah? Okay.
I'm trying to
so-
get into the bag.
I think we went into conspiracy bag.
That's what I mean. Like if we're gonna go conspiracy, we gotta go all the way
Fam,
in.
I
You know what
went
I'm
into
saying?
the
So
bag
we
and
gotta go.
realized it was a
Well, I'm
fucking
pretty
black
sure-
hole, yo.
Yo, I'm pretty sure it's been like an hour or so.
Yeah,
so
bro.
We could save the alien talk for next episode.
That's what I'm thinking. So, just if you guys want to hear us talk about aliens, more stupid conspiracy theories, let us know, bro. This guy's cheese.
That's
Dude, why are you so
tilted,
cheese, bro?
man.
I'm just sitting next to Microsoft computers.
Honestly.
Well, if this is what's gonna the whole episode's gonna be, then we could continue having this conversation. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Nah, this
go ahead.
conversation.
Or you're trying to dead the conversation?
We
We
can
can-
continue if you guys want.
Well, like,
Chop-
I-
So tilted.
I'm
could
down
chop-
to
you could
end it
chop
off,
the hell out of
and
it.
Yeah.
we could save the alien talk for another time because there's lots of stupid things we can say, like we can keep going
Yo,
on and on.
honestly, I don't think what we're arguing for is stupid nor far fetched.
I think it's
I
stupid
think
to
both
him.
of them
That's why I
are
say-
realistic.
No, I think it's fine.
I truly believe that especially as our world gets more digital and as technology advances at an extremely rapid rate, you guys got to remember the first smartphone, which was iPhone, only came out in 2006. That was only like 15 years ago. And think about
I
how
think I know how
far
it all started.
phones and everything
Now
have.
there's 3 cameras on the back.
Exactly.
Of your phone.
Think about how much things have changed since then, and it's
Well,
only been
yo,
15
I'm not
years.
saying like uploading yourself into like a simulation would be like that. Like it would be fucking dope, obviously. Like don't get me wrong, but I don't think living your life, like living past the life that was chosen for you, would be any much cooler.
So I have a simple question for both you guys. Do you think death is what makes life great? The fact that you know you're gonna die at the end of it, is that what you think makes life
No.
enjoyable, makes life great?
I
He's
think
got
honest.
bars
Yeah,
today,
there's
bro.
For me,
there's an end to the, there's an end.
And
of
you
the
too. I'm
road.
actually curious. What do you think as well? Do you think
I
death?
don't even know. I just work here, bro.
Oh, okay.
It's a race against time. So like you live your life, you only live once, you do what you can, and by the end of it, that's why some people are grumpy because they're mad with how their life turned out. They didn't do what they wanted to do, or maybe they had a lot of difficulties that prevented them from doing it. And some people live very happy at their final days before they die because I lived a good life. I did my turn. I got to see other people grow up, and I got to see what people would do behind, like after me. What did I leave? So that sense of like, what are you gonna leave? How like if what are people gonna talk about when you're gone? Or are there gonna be people that even talk about you? Who's gonna say your name? How many years into the future will someone say your name? You know what I mean? So it's kind of just like that adds to it. That adds like what am I gonna how am I gonna imprint it? What's gonna make me different? And how is my existence gonna differ of that of all the millions, billions of people that have existed?
Well, I mean,
already?
the thing is with human beings is like naturally we're all different no matter what. Like if I brought you an idea and I told you to create something, and I told Fraser and Mauri to create, like if I gave you all three a topic and I said, yo, draw a drawing about this thing,
what I
all
mean,
three
though.
of you
That's
would
not
come
what I
back
mean,
no
though.
matter
Like,
what.
that's not what I mean. Sure, that drawing will be cool here, but like what else is that drawing to the world? I'm saying like full impacts. Like how is like if you made a game like how you want to get into, like will that game be known as a top 5 game?
Why couldn't it be?
But that's what I'm saying. Like you want that, right?
Yeah.
So like,
But why do I have to die for that to happen? I don't understand. Why does my life have to end
Facts.
in 7 years
Facts.
for that to happen?
I'm not saying that
Facts.
you have to die for that to happen.
Then
I'm
what's your
just
point?
saying that that's the exciting part. When you die, what did you leave in your lifetime? Did you have a top 5
In
game?
your opinion,
Did
though,
you make
in
a
your
great
opinion,
game?
not
I
everybody-
disagree
not
with that. I
everybody
don't-
cares about their legacy.
I know.
I know. I care about my legacy.
I didn't
I'm
say
not.
you
I'm
did.
not saying
I'm saying
that's
not
why that's
everybody
yeah,
cares.
I
sure,
care about
sure.
mine.
We've already said this. Everybody thinks different. I'm saying what I think.
Yeah, and
I'm happy about what I will leave.
So can I
that's
ask you a
what that's
question?
I'm
What if
saying.
you spent 100 years leaving a legacy and you impacted the whole world, and then at the end of those 100 years, you just get to do whatever you want? You just get to be kick up for the next 1,000. Or if you wanted to die, you could unplug yourself from the system and go die if that's what you wanted to do. Like, I know it sounds depressing, but like you have those options. You know what I mean?
I'm also like traditional and a God-fearing man. That's not a human thing to do. God does not like. That's not something God intended.
But you could argue God didn't intend electricity.
What do you
When-
mean?
like-
Why? He made people smart so that we could be in like we could have ingenuity. We could come up with.
But
our
then
own
you
type
could
of things.
argue people are smart. He made people smart so they could make.
We could learn how to. You could
Simulations.
say, yeah, he made people smart so we could learn
Oh
how
yeah,
to defy
regardless,
death.
he just put us here, and we did what we had. We like ended up we were autonomous. We ended up acting how we wanted to act. Like he can't control every fabric of what he's made. Just like
Why not?
Like I'm just saying, but like
why not?
that's not what we're talking about. Like you're just going so far off the rail right now.
I'm sorry. You're just
just
posing
saying
a
shit.
lot. You're saying a lot of things that pose questions. You know what I mean? Like it. I personally don't believe too much in a God, but like if you're saying that a God created everything, then why can't he change something like that? Why can't he?
Well, yeah,
If he is so almighty and powerful and like all knowing, why can't he do something like that? You know what I mean? It's just
well, that's what literally what religion is. Me
What?
believing and not knowing the answer. That is literally what religion is. Having like the ability to have faith. If me saying like I still believe, but I have no answer for you, that is like what religion is. You believing without really having answers and like
that's
other,
like me
yeah,
thinking life
type
is
of
a theory,
answers,
yo.
but,
It's
like,
just a belief, you know. But like you don't really know. You just kind of
you just said my point back to me.
yeah, you know, like so. I don't know.
He's gonna just reiterate.
No, what are you going on about?
I don't know. I answered
You're
you.
about like-
You
That's,
asked
yeah,
you.
You're
that
about being
sums
a
up the whole
God-fearing man.
episode. Yo,
You-
what were you going on about?
You asked
I don't
me.
know.
You asked me
Yeah.
like a question and I answered it.
Yeah, I just asked you if
If,
you
like,
want to
if-
live forever.
I already said no.
You wouldn't want to live forever. And Mauri, you wouldn't want to live forever either?
Like it would be better if you asked that question on like the day that I was about to die. You know, like I don't.
think so. Would
Because,
you want to
yo,
live forever if you had the
But
opportunity
like
to?
for me, it's for example, it's like if I achieved everything that I think will make me happy by the end of it, then I wouldn't want to live forever. But if I didn't achieve it, then yes, of course I would want to live forever until I achieve everything that makes me
That
happy.
is a good point, sir.
Would you want to live forever?
Yeah. Probably for the most part, I'd say yes, but you never know. My opinion could change. I think I agree with Mauri in a sense. Like you gotta ask me like last couple minutes.
Really? So
Yeah, ask
like
me then.
I'll tell you, for me, as somebody that has thought about this a lot, like no cap, I would want to live forever because I'm the type of person that I do want to experience everything that the universe has to offer. I want to see aliens one day. I want to be a game director, and I know that I'll do that, and I want to produce great games that are top 2, top 3 in the world. And then when I'm done with that phase of my life, those 100 years or whatever it takes to do that, then I want to move on. Maybe I want to do research and learn how to get to the next galaxy. And then I'm going to spend the next 1,000 years how I can figure that out. And then once I get bored of that and I'm done with that, maybe I'll go become an esports gamer. Like I'll become the best esports gamer in the world, you know? Like I want to try to do these things.
You know
and if
what-
I fall short, then I fall
You know
short.
what it
That's
kind of
fine.
sounds to me though? That's human selfishness. You want to be able to
Everything.
do
100%.
everything, and you want everything. But I'm sorry, like not everything is for you.
100%.
You have a purpose. You have a
100%.
reason why you have a reason why you're alive. You have a passion, and that is
Mm,
yours.
I
And
don't know
yo,
about the
I'm
whole
like my
purpose thing.
my whole thing is just like I'm not meant to do everything. I'm not meant for that. I'm not like it's someone else's turn.
But that,
If
see,
you think
that,
like that.
but hear me out. Like the
But, like,
idea
well,
of
like,
death.
I don't know, bro. It's, I guess
Esty, the
it's-
idea of death is what put that idea into your brain. For you to even say it's just my turn and I got to do my little part for my turn. That's what death instills in people, that mentality. But if I said to you, there is no death, you do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, then you could do it all. And like, you wouldn't think selfishness, because other people, all the other billions of people in the world would also be trying to do those things as well. You know, I'm not saying I'm going to achieve those goals, but
I'm not saying that like, oh, I want to die. Like, I'm not saying.
No, I know. I know that's not.
I'm just,
like, if
I'm
you
just
could-
saying.
Nobody out there kill yourself thinking you're gonna respawn.
I'm
Please.
saying like the fear of death. There's something like that. That's part of being
But
human.
yo, Dante, like, say if you achieve, like, you explore the galaxy and then you came back and then you want to be an esports guy. What would be so great about being an esports guy if everyone else did the esports guy shit?
No, I'm not doing it for everybody else. I'm doing it for myself. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to impress the universe. Like, I'm not trying to impress everybody. I'm just doing it because I want to do it, you know?
Like, you just wanted to be a part of that
Yeah.
thing.
Why not?
It.
Experience it. Experience it for me. Create memories. And those memories will be with
That's
me
what
forever.
life is all
you know?
about, experiencing things.
Yeah.
No, but you see what I'm saying? Like,
No, I get it. I don't know. It goes both ways.
Hey, bro,
But yeah, it's
life
just
might be a
it's a
simulation,
little
but
selfish
I
to
guess
just think,
this is
like,
the simulation I
deserve
chose,
to-
you know?
To
Like,
have
this
to
is
do
where I'm
everything.
at.
I deserve to have to be able to have witnessed everything. I deserve to be a part of anything that I want to be a part of. And like I agree. I want to be a part of a lot of things too. But like I just don't think that we're.
you're 100% right. It is selfish. Completely selfish. But like, are we going to, I'll give an example for somebody that kind of deserves that kind of living forever. Like to have that kind of power, like an Elon Musk, right? Are we gonna, when Elon Musk dies, are we gonna have to wait 200-300 years for the next Elon Musk to come on and continue his legacy and continue to push for Mars and to continue to push for the galaxy? Or would you rather have a mind like Elon Musk live forever and continue to change the world like how he is currently? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could argue that it's selfish for him to do it because there's some other thing that doesn't exist yet, some other, soul that doesn't exist yet who that's meant for, but it's even, you could say that it's even more selfish on the human race for us to wait for that next person, the next 200-300 years for that next person. When we know we can evolve faster if he just stayed here,
Yeah. For his case, yeah, that makes sense.
But we're different.
Yeah,
or like an Albert Einstein,
Yeah.
Or like an Albert Einstein even,
I think we should wrap it up. The battery's about to die.
I think it's about time, guys.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Albert Einstein and Elon Musk.
Oh, don't forget Joe Rogan.
And Joe Rogan.
Don't forget Joe Rogan.
And Bob Lazar.
Yeah, and Bob Lazar. Yep.
Anybody in charge of the
And that one
simulations?
alien,
Yeah, and Deku, bro.
Paul.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
It's been an episode.
Esty, don't be scared of us now. We're not cyborgs.
I am.
Just sign here, please.
Shake my hand.
You know when you sign up for
Kidding.
stuff, Esty, and it says, I am not a robot? I don't check that.
Because I am a robot.
Honestly, nah, people are just different. So it's crazy.
I'm just built different.
Esty
Esty
trying to
built
jump them
different,
at
bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought about. I feel like there's a lot of things you didn't think about, and like you act like it's very simple, and it mind boggles me.
Like what, though? Like
no,
what?
No, we're
Like
not
what?
doing this. We're not doing this.
We don't
We're
need,
not doing-
you don't have to put it on the pod. I'm
No.
just curious for
No.
debate's sake.
Wait, say
Like,
bye first. Say bye first.
Yeah,
Alright.
bro. Get
Goodbye to everybody listening.
No, let Esty do it.
Oh.
Esty, come on. Big smiles.
All right. I think that's it for today, boys. I think we've done a fair enough conversation. You guys now know their perspective on life. It's absolutely simple to them. It means nothing.
I just work here.
And thank you for watching. Until next week.
Take it easy.
Life, death, God, question mark?
Find out next time on DBZ.